We have the worst parents on my 600-pound life. Shout out Big Craig. Big Craig, Big Craig, Big Craig. Let's get it.
From pulling their children out of school to look after them full time, to making their
All right, first of all, already starting off crazy. Pulling your kid out of school so they can take care of you full time is insane.
children clean up after them after they go to the bathroom on themselves. These are by far and away the worst parents ever to feature on my 600-pound life. Starting off with one of the worst parents on the show is Kirsten, a 38-year-old weighing in at 612 pounds. Kirsten had a rough childhood. After being assaulted in high school, she began to take drugs and not look after herself at all. Addicted to these drugs, Kirsten would often live in with her deals and trade her body for drugs. As a result, she became pregnant with her first child and never knew who the real father was. She became deeply unhappy at her circumstances and started to binge eat to feel a sense of fulfillment. She also used eating as a way to make herself undesirable, hoping that it would keep people away from her.
And I kept eating, and maybe I ate. I was hoping to just keep people away from me. I don't know.
By the time Kirsten was in her early 20s, she weighed over 300 pounds. Living the same lifestyle, Kirsten fell pregnant with her second child, and due to her weight, Kirsten realized that she couldn't look after both of her children properly.
Everything was really out of control for me, and I couldn't give my kids what I knew that they deserved or needed. So I let my mom and dad take them because I couldn't take care of them anymore.
Knowing she was incapable of providing for them both, Kirsten gave both children back to her parents to look after. By the time Kirsten stars on the show, the children have been living with their grandparents for over 10 years. For those 10 years, Kirsten has been suffering with her addiction to drugs and food, gaining to the point where she was—
Damn, that's actually insane. But I don't know what she's done so far, but giving her kids, if you know you can't take care of them, giving her kids to her parents, it's unfortunate, but thank God she did it instead of, well, I don't know what she did. Well, let's see what she did first.
Unaware of how heavy she'd become. On the show, her children Nico and Lexi reflect on their living situation with their grandparents.
And my parents have been raising them for the last 10 years.
Growing up, I didn't really get to see my mom that much because she was doing like drugs and stuff, and she didn't want me to be around that.
She knew it'd be probably best for me and Nico to stay here with our grandparents.
Attempting to get her life back under control, Kirsten moves in with her parents after being clean for 6 months, sharing a room with her son, Nico. Getting clean wasn't the only reason why Kirsten moved back in with her parents. As she gained so much weight, she was no longer able to look after herself, requiring her parents to help her with basic tasks like showering and cleaning. Kirsten even needs her mother to help wipe after using the toilet.
My family does everything for me in everyday life, everything. My mom gets my food ready, she washes my clothes, and at times she has to help me wipe my butt. I'm an invalid.
Bro. Like, this shit is so crazy because it's like, you're not able to live a functioning life without a person.
Sharing the same room as Nico, her young son is clearly uncomfortable with the arrangement, as her size means that her double bed takes up most of the space in the room. Nico also complains at the amount of food that she sneaks, always making the excuse that this is her cheat day. Kirsten also makes Nico sneak her food without her parents' knowledge, even bribing Nico when he tries to refuse. This obviously creates an unhealthy relationship between the pair, as Nico is desperate for attention and affection from his mother, which he has spent the last 10 years without, so he agrees to indulge her dangerous eating habits just to please her. Nico is concerned for his mother as she becomes increasingly more immobile, relying on him to complete more and more tasks for her, worrying that one day she will just stop getting out of bed. Viewers of the show also feel deep sympathy for Nico, with one Reddit user commenting, "I feel awful for her son and I hope that he's doing well now. She was an absent parent to him, and then he was expected to drop everything to take care of her. He was 13 and deserved the opportunity to be a kid." It's shocking to see that after neglecting Nico for 10 years, she expects him to look after her every need the moment that she decides to come back into his life. Just like Kirsten, 673...
Well, here's my thing. Like, wording it like that is a little crazy because she literally said her mom takes care of her. Getting your son to sneaky food is bad, but that's not him taking, like, yeah, he has to share a room, but he still has free will. He's still able to be a kid, but he has to share a room with his mother. I don't think it's more of she neglected him. Like, the way that was painted just now was just like, oh, she didn't want to have a son for 10 years, and then she didn't want to have a son for 10 years, and now she's making him like clean up after, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's not that much of the case, but it's still true to that extent. Like, you have to share a room with, at the ripe age of 13, you have to share a room with your mother who is very obese. You have to literally watch her destroy herself, and then sometimes you helping her destroy herself by going to get, you know what I'm saying, going to get the shit she actually from. This is self-destructive. You're watching your mother be self-destructive in front of you, which sucks. Yeah, the mom's supposed to take care of the kids, not the other way around. Yeah, I don't know, I don't like the way that it was shown. Like, here, it didn't show like he was taking care of her. Like, he would go get her food, but I don't think he's taking care of her, because she said, my mother helps me change, bathe me, helps me wipe. So he's not doing that. It's not him really taking care of her, more than like going to get her some stuff that she shouldn't have.
Pauline expects her son to completely take care of her, twisting their relationship as mother and son as he assumes the role of the parent in this case.
Oh, see,
one of the most
this is crazy.
infuriating aspects of Pauline, like many other parents on our list, is their awareness of how damaging their overeating is to their children.
I am very aware of the damage I am doing to my son through overeating. These last 6 years have probably been pretty miserable for him.
Jesus, bro. This is insane, bro. Like, once it gets to be this bad, when you can't even walk around, like, just like there's like a drug rehab, I feel like there needs to be a food rehab. I cannot hold you, bro. You know how like niggas go to things like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas make fun of people who like are fat and shit like that, but a lot, y'all don't understand. Like, niggas, the healthy niggas be like, oh, a lot of this food is damaging and it's addicting, but y'all expect a person to kick the habit as easy as, you know what I'm saying? It's not as easy. It's not easy to stop eating the shit that's bad for you, bro. It's just not.
I just can't wait for the day that I don't have to help her every day.
Please don't let me wreck. Oh, God.
Pauline knows that she's harming her son, but seemingly doesn't care enough to change it. Dylan, Pauline's teenage son, looks after Pauline in every aspect of life. He takes care of the groceries, where Pauline orders him around, demanding he selects the biggest items he can possibly find, as well as running the household by himself. Dylan's biggest dream is the day when he doesn't have to look after his mother anymore. He can't move out and start a life of his own because his mother needs him to stay and look after her. And it makes you think, what kind of dream is that for a young man to have? Pauline is completely aware of this, knowing that she could potentially ruin his life. Starting the show for a second chance at life also gives Dylan the opportunity to start his. Unlike Kirsten's young children, Dylan has more responsibility over Pauline, as he drives her across the country to Houston and attends all of her appointments with Dr. Now. When Dylan is asked why he buys such unhealthy foods, Pauline explains that she abuses her position as his mother and forces him to buy whatever she wants.
Jesus.
Chips, ice cream. The next question is...
Nigga said then leave her. It's really not that easy. It's really not that easy. Nigga, deadass, if you leave your mother, she might die. And I don't think his want to not being able to take care of her, I don't believe his want to not have to take care of her is more than his want for his mother to be alive. Like, he would rather be there to take care of her and she's alive than he leave and she, you know?
Who buys those?
I'll send my son, but I know what you're gonna say, and it's really not his fault. He's probably considered an enabler, but I abuse my position as his mother, and I tell him, go get my food, and I force him to do it.
You know, the solution is not to buy it.
Right.
Okay, so you already know the solution, you already know the answer, you already know the problem, but you have no control over it.
And it really makes you wonder what kind of person would admit they're abusing their own children, knowing that it's wrong, and do nothing about it. A month into the program, Dylan is responsible for preparing Pauline's no-carb meals in line with Dr. Now's plan. At her second appointment though, Pauline hasn't lost any weight, instead gaining 4 pounds. Pauline expects so much from Dylan when he is still really just a child. Whenever he's on camera, he looks emotionless and stoic, with Pauline essentially robbing him of a childhood, enslaving him as a carer. And it seems like Dylan has just accepted this. One Reddit commenter said he was raised by a mother who, by her own admission, feels that the roles are reversed. I totally feel like he's the parent and I'm the kid, and all he has ever known is a mother who has weighed at least 500 and then 600 and then 700 pounds. I really do feel like I'm a burden. Pauline's stubborn attitude and victim mentality is all too common with my 600-pound life stars, just like Nicole. Nicole is one of the most viral stars from the show, with dramatic outbursts and tantrums that probably everyone has seen before. Between Nicole,
I'm sorry, but when she cried, it looked a little funny. I'm not gonna lie. When she cried, it looked a little funny. I can't cap.
With
like,
dramatic outbursts and tantrums that probably
not
everyone
this one. It's not funny, but it is, bro. Cause like, I'm not laughing. It was just like, I'm sorry.
Seen before. Between Nicole and her partner Charlie, the pair make their episode one of the most entertaining, as their selfishness and arrogance will make your jaw drop. Nicole's obesity causes her to be almost immobile, and simple trips to the supermarket are challenging, as Charlie has to move aisles and crates to the side in order to squeeze Nicole through. Like Kirsten from earlier, Nicole's parents look after her young children as she's become too obese to look after them, or even herself properly. Nicole is known to social services, having threatened to remove her children from her due to neglect. Nicole's parents look after the children, but only so they don't get placed into care. Nicole's mother is frustrated at having to look after toddlers at her age, and resents Nicole for not taking responsibility in losing the weight and stepping up as a parent. In a hard-to-watch scene, Nicole shouts to her 2-year-old, who is unaccompanied while having a bath, as he is playing with the hot water tap. As Nicole weighs over 600 pounds, she can't fit through the door.
Oh my God. You literally physically cannot save your child right now. Like, if something was to happen to your child in this moment, you cannot save your child. That has to be a realization that I have to change this. Everybody has a realization. Everybody has a moment. This should have been the moment. There should be nothing worse than this. That if your kid, like right now, the kid's just playing with the what's the name, it could burn itself. Probably not die, but like he can really hurt himself. But like if your kid was in that water and was drowning, you could do nothing right now because you cannot fit through the door. That has to be very telling. That has to be like, bro, something needs to change. Holy shit.
Or to reach her child.
Jaden, please, can you shut the water off and come with mommy? Jaden, please come on. I can't fit in the bathroom door. I can't fit in the bathroom door, Mom.
All right, I'll get him.
Jesus.
I can't take care of my kids, but there's nothing I can do about it right now.
Shouting for her mother to help, Nicole's mother is also frustrated because she can't cope having to look after 2 babies on her own, and Nicole can't help in any capacity. With 2 parent figures who can't give the children the full attention they deserve, it's incredibly upsetting to watch. Nicole is so absent from her children that they don't even recognize that she is her mother, instead thinking their grandma is.
And it hurts me that my kids think their grandmother is their mom.
Oh my
and that
God.
I'm not even a parent.
What?
One time I said to my son, "Do you love mama?" And he looked over at my mom and smiled.
Oh shit,
and it made
girl.
me feel like he was calling her mom. And that's very hurtful.
In another
But this is the bed you made. Like, yeah, it's not easy, but seeing like being hurt like that and seeing that should also be like a wake up call.
Another viral scene from the show, Nicole and her family stay at the hotel while visiting Dr. Now, where she realizes that the bed is on wheels. As Nicole
Phew. 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 Phew.
Nicole can't get on top of the bed due to it rolling away beneath her. The couple have a heated argument, shouting at each other in front of their young children who are playing on the bed. Nicole's attitude is disgusting as she insults Charlie and swears at him in front of the children.
So, when they said it was upstairs, idiot, I can't get on it, Charlie.
Why can't you? I'm holding the
Just give me
bed.
the chair over there.
Tensions rise as Nicole launches an attack on her entire family, furious that she can't get on the bed, calling her family bastards, screaming and shouting so loud her children start crying. Nicole...
You want to be mad at them for them not, like, how the fuck am I supposed to know this motel or hotel has beds that are on wheels? I'm holding the bed, use the chair, at least try. This is bro, I can't stand boom, this is a hard situation to be in, for sure. This is a very hard situation to be in. But also you cannot be this person and also be rude, because we're the ones taking care of you. You cannot be helpless and then also be a bitch. I'm sorry, you literally can't. You can't. You cannot be helpless but then be a bitch, bro.
Nicole is selfish through and through, choosing food over her children and making no effort to change. It's unsettling to think of the children's future, as even their grandmother isn't overly happy about having to look after them. Another 600-pound life star with a toddler is Ashley D, weighing in at over 700 pounds. Her size has made her almost immobile, able to walk only a 20-meter distance at a time. The only task that Ashley can do is wash and relieve herself, but struggles with anything else. At the start of her episode, alarm bells start ringing as Ashley's apartment is not just untidy, but filthy. She clearly is unable to keep on top of the chores that people of a normal size just find easy to do. One of Ashley's biggest fears is that when she becomes immobile, she will need someone to take care of her. It's frustrating to see Ashley say this when she's done absolutely nothing to take control.
700 is so crazy. I'm sorry. 700 is insane. Like 100, 200, okay, 300, 4. Like, I can even see like a 3, you know what I'm saying? Because a person that's taller, a little bit stockier, it's easier to be towards on the 3 side. You know, a wide person, a little bit taller, you know. But then you get to when you start getting a 4 is really wild.
Of the situation. It's also completely ironic, considering she already does have someone taking care of her 5-year-old son, Patrick. Everything that involves standing and walking around, Ashley relies on Patrick to do, which is every household chore.
He's my legs in a lot of things. Basically everything that involves standing and walking around a lot, Patrick does for me. Go get the blue bucket for Mama. We're gonna do some laundry real quick. He has to help me with just about every household chore.
Watching this 5-year-old struggle to fill the washing machine with laundry is incredibly upsetting, as it's something that no young child should have to worry about. Learning to do household chores is something that everyone learns, but not until you're at least able to reach the machine without having to climb on top of it. It's important to mention too, that if Ashley wasn't classed as disabled due to her weight and needing a carer, that her behaviour towards Patrick would be considered abuse, if it isn't already. One YouTuber commenter noted, "Watching that kid do laundry just broke my heart. I'm glad he's so smart and independent, but it shouldn't be taught this way."
Yeah, like, kudos for him learning how to, like, but this wasn't through proper teaching. This wasn't through her wanting him to be independent. This is through you not being able to take care of yourself, so your 5-year-old has to take care of you, has to take care of the house.
I hope she is better now. It isn't just household chores that Patrick needs to do either, but also prepare all of Ashley's meals, which, as we know due to her size, are very calorie dense and very unhealthy. As Ashley's husband works away as a truck driver for 70 to 100 hours a week, Ashley eats whatever Patrick is capable to make for her, which is a lot of cupboard snacks and microwave food. It's unfair to watch Patrick struggle this much, as Ashley has robbed him of his childhood, as their roles as parent and child have been completely reversed. Genuinely, just writing this part.
Damn, bro. That nigga leaves for 70 to 100 hours, and you know your 5-year-old is over there taking care of your wife.
Of the YouTube video is really upsetting, because a 5-year-old doesn't deserve this kind of stress and responsibility because his mother is so
and they always got kids.
She can't help him at all. Just like Ashley, 700-pound Miller casts a shadow of fear and worry over her children, as they do literally everything for her. Growing up with an emotionally distant mother, the only affection Miller received from her mother was through food. If Miller or her siblings refused food from their mother, she would see this as rejection and resort to violence against the children.
Wow.
I blame myself for Miller being the way she is, but
damn, that sucks, bro. You had no hope, and now your kids like almost have no hope. You were dead ass overfed as a kid. And you were like, oh, bro, that's so crazy.
Against the children.
I do sometimes blame myself for Miller being the way she is. But at the time, I thought it was fine that she ate that much.
As Miller was the oldest, she would eat her siblings' food that they couldn't finish to save them from being punished.
Damn.
She never said it. She never hugged me or kissed me. But what she would do is feed us. Giving us food was the only way my mother knew to show her love for us.
Damn.
And if we didn't take that food, my mother saw it as a rejection, and we would get a whipping.
Food was the only love Miller received, so she just wanted more and more.
I kept gaining, and I just kept getting bigger.
When I graduated high school, I was pushing 350,
Shit.
and they did not have a gown to fit me. I was so embarrassed.
Miller had her first child with her husband Elroy when she was just under 500 pounds. When
Told you, chat. Told you, chat. Told you, chat. What did I say? I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button. What did I say? They're always married, bro. They're always married, bro. They're always married. And that's no knock to her. That's no knock to her. But, you know, they keep a man. Just under 500. Just under 500.
When the couple tried to conceive another, they found that Miller was too overweight to carry another child, so they ended up adopting. It's already insane to think that at 500 pounds and climbing, Miller thought it was a good idea to take on more children when she was already struggling to look after the one she had. By the time they adopted their last child, Miller was 38 with 5 children.
Jesus.
At 40 years old, Miller started to develop lipedema, which is a chronic condition that causes abnormal fat and connective tissue to build up in the body, usually in the legs and hips. The lipedema, combined with Miller's obesity, meant that it became increasingly difficult to get up and do anything.
As it got bigger and bigger, it became this huge weight, and it just held me down. And one day it got so big, I couldn't get up anymore. So I have no idea how big I am.
Ultimately, Miller became bedbound, completely relying on her children to look after her every need. To make matters worse, Miller's husband Elroy started to have health issues too, which resulted in his reduced mobility as he—
Damn, bro. Holy shit, bro.
He relies on a wheelchair and walker to get around.
I have a lot of health issues going on myself. I'm in end-stage renal failure, and I have congestive heart failure.
Damn.
It's took a toll, so I need to take care of myself.
Miller's daughter takes care of most of the chores, especially the food shopping, and she seems somewhat resentful to the unhealthy requests her mother makes. She likely finds it frustrating that Miller doesn't sympathize with her, feeling sorry that because of her weight, her daughter has to take responsibility for feeding the family.
I do mostly all the grocery shopping now. Just my dad can't walk in stores.
I don't usually see my friends grocery shop unless they're with their parents. They don't do it by themselves.
Miller's daughter is also slightly afraid of Miller, as if she doesn't get exactly what she wants, she will be punished.
You can get a 12-pack of the peach sodas. 2 12-packs will be fine. Ice cream bars, please.
Okay.
We don't want to bring my mom some of the stuff that she asked us to bring her, but we have to. She'll be mad if we don't.
Beyond the household chores, Miller's daughter feels guilty for her mother's weight, as she understands that she is the one buying and feeding her parents.
I do feel responsible for my mom's weight because she can't get up and get it. It's just hard to know what to do when she wants food because we feel bad for her because she's in the bed.
This is
Shit, she in the bed? You stuck, huh? Okay, bet. I'm going to grocery shop. Oh, you wanted this? You know what you do? You take that motherfucker, put it on a little slider, put that shit on wheels, put her plate, slide that motherfucker in there. You can't catch me. You can't catch me. Yo, get up. Yo, come on. Yo. See, I did this for you. Feed her veggies and shit,
it's
bro.
such an unfortunate burden for her daughter to bear, though, as she's simply doing what is being asked of her, yet has to take on the responsibility that her mother could die because of the food that she's feeding her. As mentioned before, Miller's children do absolutely everything to look after her, one of which being to clean their mother after she defecates in the bed.
Damn.
Okay, done.
Damn.
I know it's horrible for them.
One important note on this subject is that
Jeez, bro, look at it. Oh my God.
I know it's horrible for them.
That's her. Is that her thing? Yeah, that's gotta be that what do you call it? The lymphoma thing? Oh, it's still crack. That's gotta be the fat that grew on her leg. Lymphedema or something like that.
Subject is that if Miller weren't
That's gotta be
bedbound
it.
due to her obesity, her children taking care of her after she defecates would be classed as child abuse. Ultimately, the responsibility and emotional burden that Miller places on her children because she can't stop eating is enormous.
Bring me plates and my oranges out of the refrigerator. So I'm trapped here and I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything unless it's in this bed. So most of everything around this house falls on my children.
In a similar situation is 705-pound Lisa Fleming, whose children and grandchildren look after her around the clock.
I'm stuck in this bed and I'm helpless. I can't go anywhere. I can't walk.
After her father tragically passed away when she was young, Lisa spiraled out of control and turned to alcohol and food as a
Bro, it sucks so bad because it's never just they ate too much. It's always like a trauma response, bro. It's always some type of trauma response, bro. And it's so unfortunate that this is what they fall into, bro. Some people can't just can't deal with certain traumas, bro. Holy shit.
coping mechanism. Things only got worse for Lisa as her brother passed away not long after, which her mother blamed her for. A few years later, Lisa then...
Oh my God. See, yeah. My dad passes away. My brother passes away. And then my mom is blaming me for my brother. Oh, yeah. I would have... Shit like that would definitely make you spiral out of control, bro.
And lost her mother to cancer.
In my early 40s, I found out my mom had cancer. So I moved back home with my mom, and she passed away shortly after.
Damn.
Losing my mom, almost lost my mind.
Damn.
I started eating around the clock, and I picked up weight so fast, I was over 500 pounds.
Her story is tragic and deeply sad, explaining why Lisa turned to food to cope, as it was the only thing in her life that she felt she could control. Immobile and bedbound, Lisa's adult daughter and her young grandson are the primary caregivers in her life, living in the same house as her and watching her 24/7.
A month ago, I started feeling sick and my leg was really bothering me. I kept saying, my leg is hurting bad. And when Danielle pulled open the folds of my skin, she found little maggots on there. So,
oh my God, maggots! Maggots is so insane. Maggots is so insane.
Now she has to check my leg every day, and I can't believe it got so bad.
Not only is Lisa critically obese, but she's also one of the oldest stars on the show at 50 years old. This means that she
Jesus.
also has a myriad of additional health complications related to her age and obviously her weight. Lisa's daughter has to bathe and clean her frequently, as her obesity-related skin infections need to be cleaned and disinfected. Her grandson also helps with his daily routine, an unsettling image as he has to clean his grandmother while she's completely undressed.
We all have to help her.
2, 3. Oh, God help me.
Jesus.
You got it?
I got it. Oh! My grandson don't even get a chance to be a kid because he's so busy catering to me.
Like the story with Miller, this just reeks of child abuse, as no child should have to see their parent or grandparent in this disturbing way. One YouTube commenter wrote, "It's extremely sad that the grandson has to be subjected to this. This is just generational trauma developing before our eyes." Although Lisa's daughter Danielle is an adult, capable of making her own decisions, she is still a victim of her mother, as she herself struggles with her own weight, falling into the same bad habits as her mother. One YouTube comment said her daughter is set and ready to be in a similar position as her mother. The mother needs someone to motivate her to lose weight, and it certainly isn't the daughter. After failing to lose any weight over the course of her treatment, Danielle is disappointed in Lisa for letting her down, reflecting on the years of support she offered her mother with nothing in return.
I'm not gonna get the surgery I came here for. Dr. Now is done with me.
So what are your plans going forward?
Well, I had just planned on just giving up, Danielle.
Why?
I'm just not getting nothing accomplished. And I feel like you the only one of my children who even care enough about me.
You can't expect nobody else to be a cheerleader for you. You gonna have to be your own cheerleader sometimes.
Damn.
You need to do it for yourself.
Damn.
I know.
And you don't need to be letting me down.
But I can't let myself down either.
All right. We gonna do this.
Unfortunately, just several months after her episode aired, Lisa tragically passed away after her body gave out. Another star who struggled to turn things around is 530-pound Penny, who is also known as one of the many stars who failed Dr. Now's weight loss program. Penny had an addiction to food from a young age, always being the heaviest person in her class, and even having to wear plus-size adult clothes as a child.
And I remember like 4th grade, I started having to wear plus sizes. I hated that really bad. Just gaining 20 pounds a year. I ended up being close to 300 by the time I was 22 or so.
After getting married to her now husband Edgar, the couple had a young child together.
What'd I say? What did I say? They always married, always got some kids. Hey, every single time. Every single day, bro. And y'all out here single, bro. Come on, bro. Somebody for everybody, bro. No cap.
Named Liam. Unlike the other parents, Edgar did quit his job to look after Penny, becoming her full-time carer. Liam doesn't have the same responsibility in looking after his mother as the other stars' children do, but that doesn't mean he isn't being neglected by Penny. As Penny is bedbound, she can only see Liam if he comes to her. This means that Liam can't be left alone with her, as if something bad happened to him, she wouldn't be able to get to him at all.
I help take care of my son, but it's here. If he refused to come into my bubble, then I wouldn't be able to help him.
She places the parenting responsibility on Edgar, who takes care of everything around the house, looking after Penny and Liam.
Penny is very stubborn, and Ed does enable her. He buys whatever she tells him. And if he doesn't, he's gonna be in trouble.
Ed definitely does bring the food in to the house, but I also believe that he doesn't have much choice.
Penny is also unable to attend any of Liam's sports or school events, as she's too big to be transported the distance. Instead, Edgar has to record Liam's milestone events to show Penny when they arrive home.
Today's Liam's graduation for kindergarten. It's hard because Ed'll be leaving to go see the award ceremony, and I'll be here. Could you bring me home an award and some pictures, okay? I want it. Who loves you? You.
Liam, go get one of them wipes.
It's hard not to be there, but It's
Damn.
even harder when I say, I'm sorry I can't be there today. And he's like, oh, it's okay.
Liam is always visibly upset by this, seemingly
Damn.
confused as to why his own mother can't be there at these special events. Some of Penny's family members even agree that Penny is an unfit mother and feel deep sympathy for Liam that he doesn't have the support from her that any child deserves from their parents.
She's a great mom, but you just can't be a good mom when you're in bed.
True.
Liam loves her so much, and I thought having him would change everything, but it hasn't. It's gotten worse.
As if that couldn't be frustrating enough, Penny is also incredibly delusional, as she believes that she does a lot more for Liam than most mothers do.
I never want anyone to discount, well, you didn't get to do these things with your son, because the things that I've done with my son on a regular daily basis probably exceed what regular moms get to do that have to go out in the workforce. Still, there's things that all moms.
You saying this like you a stay-at-home mom. Like you know, stay-at-home mom. You'd be able to play with your kids, cook for your kids, watch your kids do things with your kids, take care of household chores. You can't do that. Just because you home don't makes you, like, you know, you literally, she is a stay-at-home mom. She is a stay-at-home mom, but she isn't a stay-at-home mom. She got an iPhone 5. I remember I had that, John.
Mom's missed, but I'll be at his next event. I know.
How will you do that? How will you do that?
I will.
And I don't understand how this could be true when she can't walk, can't prepare his meals, clean his laundry, or even play with him, when most mothers can do this with ease. Penny is also completely unsympathetic during her treatment, as Dr. Now requires the family to relocate to Houston so that they can be close to the hospital. Liam has to leave his school and all of his friends to stay in a tiny one-bed apartment, where he has to share a bunk bed with his father.
This is Liam and I's room. It's only a one-bedroom. I get the bottom bunk. Obviously, can't sleep with Penny. I know Liam can't wait for her to come home.
Penny never once seemed apologetic about this, failing to take responsibility for the fact that it's because of her that they've had to relocate.
You know, the thing is there really wasn't a diet, like, given to us, or to me. I'm waiting for the food.
All right.
What is this? What is this? Oh my God. Oh, I can see why. Like, oh my God. These looks like they want to be burgers, but like burgers don't come out this greasy, bruh.
I need to get something in me, and I feel like I'm dropping all my sugar.
As the months roll by and Penny stops contact with Dr. Now, she seems unconcerned by the fact that the quicker she loses weight, the quicker that she will be discharged. And that means the quicker that Liam can return back to their home in Maryland to be with his friends again.
Even if I'm not successful in the world's eyes, the fact that I did all of this so far changed
how much weight did she lose?
My path in life forever. And I don't ever have to be an ideal weight in Liam's eyes, because he's seen what I'm willing to do for him. And he's proud of me.
Out of all the parents discussed so far, Penny is definitely the most delusional, as she firmly believes that she's a fantastic parent to Liam, not thinking for a moment that she is deeply harming him.
At this point, I don't think Penny has any intention to change anything in her lifestyle.
Jesus.
I don't know what will work for Penny. I hope she wakes up at some point. Otherwise, I don't think she's gonna live too long.
Yeah,
and saving the worst till last is James King, notorious for being one of, if not the worst stars on the show. There's
Really?
repulsive attitude and victim mentality.
You know that I'm just now getting the resources I've been needing.
We're talking about your food. You're not talking anything
All
else.
of it. I've needed all of it. Don't start with. I haven't had home health. I've had nothing.
Are you telling me that to start?
Obviously, if you're a subscriber to the channel, you'll know all about James King.
I don't know
and if you
who
haven't
him.
subscribed yet, which is probably the majority of people watching.
God damn. This is crazy. But you're still getting no views though. 95.5 is insane.
I would massively appreciate it if you did. With his weight unknown, but estimated to be well over 600 pounds, James is completely bedbound. He relies on his partner Lisa and his daughter Bailey to be sole caretakers, as he can no longer take care of himself.
I better get what I want, or I'm.
Oh! Bruh! The audacity, bruh! Oh, I can't stand those type of people, bruh.
I'm really gonna be upset, especially in the morning at breakfast. Oh, is breakfast ready?
No, not yet.
Once I'm up and the day has started, all I'm waiting on is sausage, eggs, and biscuits all covered in gravy.
All covered in gravy,
Looks good,
dude?
baby.
When I tell him he doesn't need it, he'll get mad and he'll yell. It makes me angry and sad at the same time. I'm so frustrated.
Not only does James need help with his day-to-day needs, but he also has many health issues as a result of his weight. He has extensive skin infections on his legs as his blood cannot circulate around his body.
Oh my god, get it off the screen. Oh my god, get it off the screen. Oh my god. See, that's the thing. With black people, when they showed the black version of that shit, at least it was just dark. It was dark. It was dark. It was just a darker version of their skin. But on him, those shits were yellow and like they looked nasty. I think that was, oh my god.
Because there's a catheter, he still has to relieve himself the other way in his bed. This means that Bailey has to help clean up her own father's feces multiple times a day. And judging by the size of the meals that James
Nigga. 6 sausage patties, bro?
James eats, I doubt it's an easy job.
I went to the bathroom. I need to be cleaned up.
Okay. All right, give me a minute. I'm gonna get Bailey to help me, okay?
I just can't do anything for myself anymore. Okay.
Go slow, Mom.
All right. James cannot take care of himself
How do you even just shit laying down? Like, that's so wild to me.
at all. He cannot bathe himself. He cannot use the restroom. He has to wear a catheter. And it breaks my heart to see that James is trapped in a bed and can't do the things that he loves to do. Okay.
It's disturbing that Lisa also allows this, allowing Bailey to pick up more and more work every single day.
My mom pulled me out of school because
That's fucked. That's actually fucked. You pulled your child out of school for this. You're fully capable of taking care of this person. Pulling him out of school for that is insane.
I have to help with my dad. I don't feel like that I should have to be a caretaker to my dad because a father is supposed to protect and take care of his daughter.
Just in case.
But it's my dad and I'm not gonna let him just lay there.
No child should have to quit school to take care of their parents, especially as James's situation is entirely his own fault. One YouTube commenter wrote, making the daughter drop out of school because of her father's gluttony and laziness is evil, especially as the mother is there and should be doing it. Gluttony and one lazy parent, Bailey, to school, sacrificing a young.
He had an editing mistake. Okay. Kidney failure. He had enough warnings. He really wanted to get better. He would have made sure his wife stopped giving him inappropriate food he chose to eat. These people are scummy, letting another guy raise his kids. Having a 12-year affair, come on. Having a kid drop. Wait, what?
Girl's education for the sake of her father's morbid obesity is honestly just disgusting. James's story doesn't end well for him either, as unfortunately after the show aired,
791 pounds. Holy shit. 791 pounds. Holy shit.
he passed away at the age of 49 from kidney failure. James is one of the biggest failures on my 600 pound life, and if you want to see the biggest failures on the rest of the show, click the video that's on your screen now, and I'll see you in the next one.
Oh man, insane. But W video, holy shit.